Got this about 4 weeks ago. Bought it with a lot of other equipment, so ended up paying about $100 for it. It was not running. This wire harness I got off of eBay. Had to replace it because these CDI connectors were, well, this one was here. This one was, the connector itself here was gone. So the wires were just shoved into this, and then a bunch of electrical tape wrapped around it. And I think they gave up on it because it stopped running and they couldn't figure out the wiring. So replaced the wire harness, got my my spark back, but it was very weak. In fact, it couldn't jump the gap in the plug, but I could hold it against the block and it would make a little spark. You could barely see it, but it was working. So I took the easiest route first, got this replacement coil, and that actually fixed the problem, thank God, because there's a lot of other stuff going on here. I'm not used to working on these on these monsters. I'm really glad that was just the problem. That was like 25 bucks with the shipping, that ignition coil. So I do plan on putting that fender back on. All the plastics are in good shape. Little bit of cracking like along the edges where they all go together, but once they are all together, it stays. This exhaust was just open. There was no muffler. So before even firing this thing up, when I was at Tractor Supply last time, I got this this cheap muffler. I think it's supposed to be for a Ford tractor, like a 9N or a 2N or whatever. And that was the cheapest one there, and I was kind of guessing. I was hoping that was going to fit, and it worked out. It's a little long. It looks it doesn't look right, but I don't care because I'll run this for a while and it doesn't bother me. I don't plan on selling it or anything like that. The light does work. Still got to figure out the brakes. The master cylinder was totally dry, so I put fluid in it, and I was opening up the fittings here, and I went down here. I was opening up the fittings at the caliper, and so fluid gets all the way through and there's no leaks. So I don't think it's sucking air, and I don't think, it doesn't look like it's losing fluid, so I guess it's the master cylinder because this doesn't make much pressure. I mean, when I had this off and I was just working the thing, it was hardly putting any fluid out. I mean, fluid gets through it and everything, but it doesn't make pressure. And if I hold my finger over the outlet there, it makes a little bit of pressure and it does spray some fluid out, but you got to really seal it off for it to do anything. So found a rebuild kit for that. Comes with O-rings and the plunger and the little thing that seals it off. So hoping that'll fix my brakes problem, because there's no way of slowing this down. This thing has no front brakes and the back brakes, same problem. I put some fluid. I don't think that's working. I doubt it. I put some fluid in that reservoir and it's not doing anything. So I don't know enough about them, but something's not right there, and it looks simple and there's nothing too crazy there. Maybe somehow there's something missing in that brake. I haven't had the brakes apart at all. Don't know if there's a pad missing in there or something's wrong with the hardware. Maybe it's just frozen up. But not bad for that investment. I actually don't even honestly like four-wheelers to begin with, but got it with the equipment. Got a good deal on it. I actually like the three-wheelers more. They're more interesting to me, but they are. something that'll either kill you now or kill you later. They eventually catch up with you because I know they're darn dangerous, and I like the dirt bikes more. But I'll mess with this for a while. These tires are pretty useless. They, well, for being, they're very worn, and they're annoying when you want to go in a tight corner. They grab too much on the edge, so it's a little. It doesn't slide as much as you want it to. It has more of a. It wants to throw you off the seat instead of sliding through a corner. They're just too aggressive. They need some regular knobbies on the back of that. I think that would solve that problem. I got the proper oil for the engine. It was pretty low before I ran it, so I made sure it had oil in it. I got the Valvoline. The motorcycle stuff is supposed to have the right things in it for the wet clutch. So that's pretty much it for this 250X. I mean, I think gotta get the seat cover. What's a shame is, I mean, I actually kind of like this now, and I'm learning to like it, but and cosmetically it's gonna look good when I clean it up. It's not really bad shape cosmetically, but these decals, having a hard time finding, because I don't care for any of that custom garbage they make. It's really ugly. I want to kind of try to make it like it used to, you know, originally. Can't find that decal. So if I get a new cover, I don't know. I mean, I can get a nice blue cover. And I want to find the things to put back on. It's supposed to, I guess, say Fourtrax on the side. Maybe 91 year, it didn't say that. But it has all these other ugly stickers all over it that need to go. And I ordered some Honda grips that are factory and get rid of these stupid things. Has decent power. I mean, they're impressive for what they are, the size. I guess it's all about the cylinder head, not displacement. I mean, I'm 260 pounds, 6.5 feet tall, so I'm pretty heavy on this thing, but it gets along. Problem is, that's another thing. There's something up with this. It's the engine sounds good. I don't think it has to do with the cylinder head. I could be wrong, but I can only use this up to half throttle, and it floods. It gets too much gas. It's like the jet's too big or something happened to it. So I can get to about halfway, and if I want more power, it just breaks up. The power breaks up and it slows down. So I really haven't been able to test the thing for its power. Haven't done the true test yet because I can't get full power out of it. So along with those grips, I also ordered from the same place a Carb Kit. Hopefully that'll solve the problem. Someone put a unit air filter in it. If that means anything. And then a mouse crawled in there and chewed on it and died. I found a mouse in there. I was mortified probably for a good 20 years. Yep. Just can't take it. I can smell that. That's really rich. Most of the time it's running, it's very rich. I can smell that gas burning. It's getting too much. Yeah, it'd be nice to have brakes, get these working, because it's very hilly around here. Even though engine braking works fine, it's nice to have that backup, at least the front brakes, to give some help on the hills, going down hills. So there's the story.